The crib looks great, Roy. Thank you so much.
Excuse me?
I said to Roy, the crib, he gave us a crib and I
Oh.
set it up and it works great. Thank you so much.
Good. That broken bit didn't matter.
Yeah, that little thing that's broken doesn't make any difference. It's very stable.
Mm.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you have the reporting capabilities now, Luke.
Oh, let me make my announcement. It's the 17th of May, Rabbi Furst, Parsha Hashavua with Rashi Emor.
Thank you, Lou. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shalom Furst here, Steve Samanatchi. Here in Shlaim care of Zoom, and we're learning Erev Shabbos, Parshas Emor, Shana Tavshin Pei Dalet, and Erev Shabbos. Then we're in the Parsha, which is the 23rd chapter of Sefer Vayikra, and we started with the 4th verse of Gimel, Pasuk Dalet. And actually, we're in Pasuk K now. Or you just want to reread that?
In Kaf Gimel.
Yeah. Or you just want to reread that again, please?
The first chapter, the first ones we read, yeah.
Verse.
These are the appointed festivals of the eternal, even convocations of holiness, which you shall proclaim in their appointed seasons. And the 14th day of the first month at eventide, or evening, is a Passover of the eternal. Okay. And that's now hey.
Right, that brings us to
That was hey. Right. Now the Chodesh Harishon, the Asa L'Chodesh Bein Haravaim Pesach L'Shem Vav.
Oh no, stop. Let's take a look again. And we were mentioning this is where we do joined us. Chodesh Rishon, right? So Chodesh Rishon is known to be Nisan. The first of the months is Nisan. Right? The year may change from one year to the next in Tishrei, but the first of the months is counted from Nisan. And Arba also the Chodesh on the 14th of the day of the first month. Then it's Bein Arbaim. Bein Arbaim, I mean that's the afternoon time, correct, Roy?
Baim.
Bein Arbaim.
I don't know. Well, if you say so, I'll believe you.
Take a look at Rashi. You have the Rashi there. Rashi will confirm this.
Oh, all right. Hey, Rashi, where's my sheet? All right. At eventide. No.
Right.
Oh, I've got here. Bain
Take a look at Rashi.
Bain Haravim. At evening time, the period from the 6 hours onwards.
See the 6th hour. The 6th hour is classically noontime, right? Classically noontime. So this is what I was mentioning to you. There's a distinction between Erev Pesach and other Erev Yom Tovim, Erev Sukkot, Erev Shavuos coming up in less than weeks. No, I guess it'll be less than 4 weeks. Yeah. Erev Pesach is, as the pasuk says, it's Pesach LaHashem. Erev Pesach is Pesach LaHashem. Take a look at Rashi. Continue the Rashi. Pesach. What does it mean, Pesach LaHashem?
Reckoning from 6 hours, at eventide is the Pesach of Hashem. That is the offering of the sacrifice, which bears the name Pesach.
Right? The Korban Pesach is sacrificed on the 14th of Nisan, Erev Pesach, and it's actually known. Erev Pesach is actually a Yom Tov in and of itself. It says it has its own pasuk, right? And therefore, this is relevant to what you asked me just as we began, Roy, about taking a haircut, right? So as I mentioned, on Erev Pesach, one has to be careful not to take a haircut and do other malachas, not all malachas, but many malachas. One has to be careful not to do malachas on Erev Pesach after Chatzos, after midday, because it's a separate, independent festival known as Chag Pesach. It's the Chag Pesach. It's the time of the offering of the Korban Pesach, and therefore it takes on, in many respects, a status of being a Yom Tov in and of itself. So therefore, one is really not permitted to take a haircut on every Pesach after Chatzos. In contrast, one is theoretically allowed to take a haircut Erev Sukkot, Erev Rosh Hashanah, Erev Yom Kippur, Erev Shavuos, right? But not Erev Pesach, because it's as this very pasuk indicates, it is Pesach lo Hashem, from the Bein Arbayim, from the afternoon time, which begins at noon, right? That now is a special time, Pesach lo Hashem, the time of the sacrifice of the Korban Pesach. And Hagamatzis, you have to make a discrimination between Hagamatzis and Chag Pesach. Meaning, in our prayers, we call it, we refer to Pesach as the 7 days, 8 days in Chutz La'aretz, as Pesach as well. But it's really, according to the Torah, those 7 days, 8 days in Chutz La'aretz, those 7 days are referred to by the Torah as Chag Hamatzos. Take a look at the next pasuk. Let's look at the next pasuk. Pasuk now bring us to pasuk Vav. Yes, there it is.
Vav, ובחמישה עשר יום לחודש הזה, חג המצות להשם, שבעת יומים מצות תאכלו. In the first day, you shall have a convocation of holiness. You shall do no servile work therein.
Right, so this is the 15th of the days, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first of the days mentioned in the pasuk Hey was the 14th. That's what we call Erev Pesach, which is Chag Pesach Hashem. Now, once you moved into the 15th day of the month, the 15th day of this month, meaning Nisan, that's called Chag HaMatzos. It's a whole different thing, whole different situation.
So the from the beginning of the month to the middle of the month to when Pesach begins is is more of a it's got more Kodesh in it than the other festivals
And
for Pesach. Yeah,
where do you see that it's more Kodesh than the other festivals?
is that right? No, it's not right.
Well, I mean, in terms of, there are two aspects that we see that the Torah is explaining to us here. One is the aspect of the prohibition of malacha, right? You have to treat it as Yom Tov, where certain malachas are permitted more than on Shabbos, but you still have many malachas which are forbidden. And then, secondly, you have the aspect of the bringing of the korban.
The aspect of, the aspect of
Bringing the sacrifices, the korban to
the korban, right? Yes, okay. All right.
So in that aspect, it's basically the same as the other.
Oh. Mhm.
But it has the Erev Pesach additional fact, right? The fact that it's Erev Pesach is especially Yom Tov in and of itself, as we mentioned. That's Chag Pesach, and then with the commencement of evening, going from the 14th to the 15th day of Nisan, then it transitions into Hag Hamatzos.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's continue on.
Eight. Mhm. Use this scheme.
So Pasuk Zion, right? Pasuk Zion is reference to the prohibition of malacha. Like Biyom Rishon, you have it there?
Zion is 7. So what am I reading now?
In the 7th verse.
7 1. Biyom Harishon, Mikra Kodesh Yehi Iye Mikra Kodesh Iye Lachem Kol Meleches Avodah Lo Ta'asu. That says in the first day you shall have a convocation of holiness. You shall do no servile work therein. Which is the first day? The first day of the month, is it?
Oh, no, this is the first day of the 15th. The first day meaning the 15th.
Oh, I see. Okay. So that's in other words the first day of the Yom Tov.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, the first day you shall have a convocation. All right. So the convocation of holiness, you go to shul and treat it like a Shabbos. You do no servile work in that day. 8. Oh, no, hey, it's hey. What's it? What's I doing here?
Right, now you have the 8th pasuk. Very good.
Yeah, I've got hey here instead of ches. I think it's a misprint. Vehikrav Tem Isher Lavashem Shiva As Yomim V'Yom HaShavi'i Mikro Kodesh Kol Melches avodah lo yasa'asu. Is that 8?
Yes,
Oh, well, I've got hay here instead of S. All right, it's got a misprint.
mm,
Okay, so but you shall offer a fire offering unto Hashem, unto the Eternal, 7 days. In the 7th day, and it is a convocation of holiness, shall do no servile work therein. So 9. Vayedaber Hashem el
so
Moshe.
nine is moving on to something else. 1 second.
Oh, all
So- Right. So now that 8th possibility just finished, that's referring to the korbanos. So as I said, you have 2 aspects. Throughout this portion, you should see 2 aspects. One is the prohibition of work,
right. Mm-hmm.
and the second is the sacrifice.
The second is the
Sacrifice.
sacrifice as well.
Okay. Okay, so now with these, we're going to go into these next psukim as well because it's relevant to this year's only. But we're going to skip. We're going to skip to that's well. We're going to skip to pasuk 15. If you don't mind.
Right. Pasuk 15. Usafartem lachem memacharas hashavos miyom hashivichem es umer hatanuva shiva shavasot tmimas tieno. And you shall count unto you from the morrow, after the day of rest, from the day that you brought the omer of the wave offering, 7 weeks shall be complete.
Sounds familiar, correct? This
That's the what?
sounds familiar. This
Oh,
doesn't it?
yes, very familiar. Mm-hmm.
We're right in the middle of this. This is the command, and we're right in the middle of this command.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look. Take a look at the Rashi here, test 1, the Materis Hashavas.
15. All right. Use this magnifying glass.
Excuse me, Roy?
We'd have to use this magnifying glass.
Okay, that's okay.
Memecharas Hashabos. That's what Rashi is looking at. From the morrow after the day of rest. That is from the morrow after the first day of first day of until
Excuse me, Roy, I didn't hear you.
that's right, I've got right. I got lost. From the morrow. After the first day of rest. That's from the morrow after the first day of the Passover festival Tamimas Hayena Sahino. Well, the 7 weeks shall be complete. This teaches that one has to begin counting in the evening, for otherwise they would not be completed. And then footnote says, since the festival of Shavuos is on the 50th day after the count begins, and like all Jewish festivals begins in the evening, if the first day be counted in the morning, there will not be 49 complete days, 7 complete weeks, from the beginning of the counting until the completion of the 7 weeks. 7 weeks would then be completed only on the first day of Shavuos.
Right. Therefore, because of this fact, you want to be very, in general, the minyanim, where you daven, they're usually very careful to make sure that the count is done consistently in the proper time. So it should turn out to be that you have the tamimus here, you have the wholeness of each individual every day. Okay. Let's go to the next, the next pasuk. Yeah, next pasuk is the
What's that? 6. What's the next pasuk?
would be the pasuk 17, if I'm not mistaken.
16, 17.
Rather, sorry, 16. Pasuk 16.
Pasuk 16. Okay. Yud Tes is 15. And the next one where's it 20? What about 20? Oh, that's 19 I'm looking at. 16 is Yud Tes. Is that right? No.
Zion.
Zion, Yud Zion is 16.
No, Yud Zion is 17. You want Tes Zion.
Tes Zion. Oh, I've got it. Ad Mimacharas.
That's right. Oh, there you go.
Ad Mimacharas Hashavos Hashavis Tisperu Chamishim Yom Hakarav Ravtem Minafa Parasha Lod Hashem. Even on tomorrow after the 17th, you shall number 50 days and shall offer a new oblation to the Eternal. Eternal. What am I looking at?
So what does this mean? What does this mean exactly?
And you shall count from tomorrow after the day of rest, from the day that you brought the armor, even until tomorrow after the 7th week, you shall number 50 days.
So after that day of rest, that Makoros, that day after, that's the day after Pesach. Right? That's the day after Pesach. And that's exactly when we start counting the Omer. Right? We start counting the Omer the night after the first day of Pesach comes to an end. Right? That's what the Omer is. And the day after that first, right, that first day. That gives us a mitzvah starting to count the Omer.
Right, so from the day that you brought the Omer of the wave offering, it will be completed on tomorrow of the seventh week. You shall number 50 days. You shall offer a new oblation unto the Eternal. You shall bring out your habitations, bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenths deals.
Oh, so now many ask the question here that the Omer offering, as this pasuk says, the offering of the Omer is brought on the day after the first day of Pesach, which is this day of the 16th. That would be the 16th. On the 16th of Nisan, that's where you bring the Omer, right? So many ask the question, if the Omer was brought on the 16th, so what's the point with counting to the Omer? The Omer was going away from the time of the Omer, not going too closer. We're getting closer to Shavuos, right? Our counting is bringing us closer to Shavuos, but that's getting us farther and farther away from the Omer. The Omer was offered on the first day of Cholamoid, as I mentioned, that was on Yud Zion, Test Zion on the 16th of Nisan, one day after the first day of Pesach. That's when the offering of the Omer is brought. So we're really counting away from the Omer, we're not counting to the Omer, we're counting to Shavuos.
Maybe we could say that it's so and so days since the Omer.
So that's one way, that's one explanation is given, that's correct, very good. Right, that is one of those standard explanations of accounting, right? The count that we're making, we say for example, today is 24, right? It's been 24 days since the offering of the Omer. That's one way of looking at it. Now, let's take a look at the Rashis here, right? First Rashi is the Arden. Arden of there. Specifically the one that's pointing out the 50 days, right? You want to concentrate on that point about the 50 days.
For Prophet, what? That's from Prophet 15, is it? No.
Pasuk 16, that's Zion, Pasuk 16.
16, Oh, here's 16. Right. I should, yes, 16. Hashavas, Hashavias. Hashavas, Hashavias. Translate this, says Rashi, as the Targum does. Shabasa, Shaviasi, Shaviasi. The 7th week. Ad Mimacharas Hashabas Hashavias Tisperu. The 7th week, even until the morrow after the 7th week, shall ye number, until but not including the day, until which you count. Thus there are 49 days the 7 complete weeks spoken of in the preceding verse. Chamishim Yom V'haka Ravtem Minachas Chadasha, etc. 50 days, and you shall offer a new oblation unto the Lord. That is, on the 50th day, to offer it. This, I say, is a midrashic explanation, but the literal sense is, even until the morrow of the 7th week, which is the 50th day, shall ye number. The text has its phrases inverted.
I'm not sure, I don't know much about the inversion here. Where's the inversion?
Well, there's a note at the back of this sefer about that. Right, I have to find it first. This is page 106. Page 103, 106. All right. Where does it say? It appears that I'm not sure if this is the right note, because there's 106 A, B, C, whatever. It appears that Rashi explains the text as though the order is ad, mimat ras, ad memacharas hashavos chamishim yom to surface throne. Does that make sense, what I just said? It appears that Rashi explains the text as though the order is ad memicharos hashavos hamishim yom to Hasafira, and Hamishim is thus a cardinal number. According to Midrashic explanation and Rashi's own that follows, Hamishim is an ordinal number, 50th. After the number 10, the ordinals are expressed by the same term as the cardinals.
This is important in the way we count. Making that count. Okay. Let me just point. Oh, good. Let's. Let's see. You go to Pasuk Yud Zayin. This is very good. This is very good. Want to stop at this point. Make it a comment or two on this Pasuk as well on Pasuk Yud Zayin. Go ahead.
Yud Zayin, Yud Ches, yes, Yud Zayin. I'll find Yud Zayin. Cloth, no. Yud Zayin is 17, isn't it?
That's correct.
Got Yud Base, Yud Gimel, Yud Dod. Might find Yud Zayin somewhere. Mem Vav, Mem Zayin, Yud Zayin. Here we are. v'seichem toviu lachem Tanufor Shatayim Shanei Isranim Sales Tahina Chomet Ta'afena the Kurim Lashem 17 translates as the it's 19.
That's 17 is good. We want to comment about what's it 17.
I've got 15 in English. So I've got that's 18. That's not this is 17. Anyway, you shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2 tenth deals. They shall be of flour, they shall be bacon leavened. They are the firstlings unto the eternal.
Now those offerings are made on Shavuos, correct?
I don't know.
This is a reference to the shtei lechem, the shtei lechem which is offered on Shavuos, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Okay, so the loaves are made then.
Right, so if you notice, specifically these shtei lechem, of lechem, right? Chametz, it's also chametz, right? One of the few korbanos which are brought with chametz. And this is in contrast. We want to make a contrast to this, what's mentioned in the Omer. The Omer, again, the Omer which was brought on the second day of Pesach, that was made from Seor, barley. And the Lechem, which is offered on Shavuos, is of Kita. Now, we may not be so sensitive to this in our time, but in the time of and according to the Torah, there's a very big difference between wheat and barley. Right? Wheat is classically given over for human consumption, where in general storing barley is usually for the consumption of animals. Now, you maybe never knew about that because in our time, we kind of eat almost anything. We market anything we can sell. And we market the barley as well. But in the time of the ancients, barley was usually regulated as the animal product, right? So the Omer, these are just the Swarm speak out. They describe the Omer was brought from soaring animal food, basically. Humans can eat it, but in general, it's usually left to be animals to consume it, where people eat keep. And I'm not exactly sure why, but the Chita seems to be the preferred grain for people. So, the contrast between the Korban that's brought on the second day of Pesach, which is brought some barley, which is, as I said, primarily animal food, and the Shnei Lechem, the two breads that are brought on the Hag of Shavuos, is made from Pita, which is primarily human food, represents the transition that it's symbolic. Let's put it this way. It's symbolic, Roy. It's symbolic of the transition that's taking place from the beginning of the count of the Omer till the end of the count of Omer on Shavuos, meaning from the beginning of Pesach, where we are offering barley, animal food, and the completion of our 50-day journey at Shavuos, where we're offering Kita, human food, represents the transition we've gone through, that the transition is now complete between the Am Yisrael, Klal Yisrael, that with the acceptance of the Torah, which is symbolized by the Chag Shavuos, that represents that we've now come into the status of being human. Whereas at the beginning of Pesach, at the beginning of our coming out of Mitzrayim, the beginning of our journey from being slaves to Paro Mitzrayim, to the end of our journey to being the servants of the Kadosh Baruch Hu, when we began our journey, we started by symbolically offering sorim, which is animal food. And at the end of our journey, we're symbolically representing our transition by offering human food, chita. So that's representative of our journey, and our transition is taking place over the 50 days between Pesach and Shavuos. Okay, very good.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, very good. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Roy. You should both have a good Erev Shabbos, and hope to see you on your
Rabbi. Shkoyach, Roy.
Very good. Thank you both.
Be well. Have a
Thank
good
you.
Shabbos
Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next
and
week.
relax.
All right, take care.
So bye.